welcome back to my channel and happy 2023. I've been away from my YouTube channel for too long and I've been feeling bad about it for the longest time. But while I was away, I was able to reflect on some things that I did last year, some things that happened to me and to my business last year, because so many things happened to me between December and January. That's ending of December and the beginning of January. A lot of things happened to me that affected my business, and that affected it positively and negatively. Also, while I was away, I was able to pinpoint some of those things that really helped me to level up in my business in 2022, and some of those things that didn't really allow me get to where I wanted to go. I attended a virtual event. In 2022, and one of the speakers said something. The speaker said that when you find yourself in a place of prominence, or when you find yourself in a place that you were not expecting to get to, in a place on a level that is a bit higher than what you would expect, or when an opportunity suddenly drops in your lap because of whatever reason, you should actually trace back your steps to find out what you did that got you there. So let's say, for instance, all of a sudden you got an email that the speakers of a TEDx conference are inviting you to speak. So you need to find out why they actually thought of inviting you. So you're not going to ask them on the phone that, please let me ask, why did you invite me? I don't think that's right. But find out the things that you've done. So your digital footprint, the things you've posted online, the things you've shared, things that you've participated in, just trace your steps to find out how you got to that place of prominence in the first place. When you do this, and when you figure out what you did or the things that you did that led up to that point, you'll be able to replicate it on a bigger level. So it's a new year for your business, which means that you still need to think of leveling up this year. And one thing you need to understand when you're running an online business is that things change very quickly. Trends come and go. Things move fast. Something that you did last week, that trended last week, might already be outdated this week. But there is one thing that you can totally bank on, that is one thing that remains constant, and that is you. You are the only constant thing in your business, right? And even you, as the constant, have to change. You need to change. So the you of 2022 can't still be the same you of 2023. You need to level up, you need to upgrade, you need to upskill, do whatever. Anyway, enough jabbering. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 skills that you need to master if you want to go big this year. 5 skills that you need to master if you want to go big this year. So these skills I'm going to be mentioning in this video are not, some random things that you will see on every Tom, Dick, and Harry's post on LinkedIn. So no, they are not new things, but they are things that, even though we know them, we do not pay attention to them. So if you master these skills, you will not be able to only level up yourself, but also level up in your business. Remember that your business cannot grow more than the level of your growth. You as the entrepreneur, you as the business owner, you have to be growing consistently so that your business will also grow. So the first thing is you need to master the ability to keep quiet and listen so that you can learn from others. Keep quiet and listen so that you can learn from others. In case you didn't know, having an opinion every time someone speaks or someone is speaking is a toxic trait. So, okay, let me rephrase it. Having, the urge to spill out your own opinions when someone else is speaking is a toxic trait. You need to learn how to listen very well and ask questions so that whoever is speaking will be prompted to tell you more. You see, when you speak, you're only saying the things that you know. But when you listen, you are learning more things. You're learning from others. You are adding to your knowledge. But in a world where everyone wants to air their personal opinions because they are conscious of their personal brands, people often say things that make you wonder if they even thought about it at all. The key to learning new strategies, coming up with brand new ideas, brand new innovations, for your business is by listening, learning, and forming your opinions from the things that you have learned. So if you want to really go big this year, you need to master the ability to keep quiet and listen when others are speaking. Number 2, you need to master the ability to express yourself and literally convey your thoughts. It is important to learn how to speak. It is important to know how to convey your thoughts, either through speech or words. So it is important to know how to speak, and it is also important to know how to write. Think of all the IG lives you'll be doing. Think of all the collaborations you'll be doing with other people. Think of the this YouTube video, for instance. I need to know how to speak, right, so that I can convey my thoughts. Again, running a business that's going to be predominantly online means that you, as the owner of the business, need to be able to communicate. Business emails, copies, captions, content, IG lives, YouTube videos, all those things, they need you to be able to either write well or speak well. And I always say this to some of the people that I speak with: if you are, if you own a business, whether an online business or not, you need to learn how to communicate. And one of the best ways to communicate is by reading. So you need to know how to read. You need to not know how to read. Of course, you know how to read. You need to be reading. You need to start reading. I'm going to put a link in the description to a blog post I wrote about 10 books that you need to read as an entrepreneur. Number 3, you need to master the ability to sympathize with others. So one very outstanding thing about Jesus is that he was very compassionate. He really loved those who he was called to. He loved his disciples. He loved the people. Imagine him not agreeing to send them home, but rather provide what 5,000 people, more than 5,000 people will eat. His was beyond sympathy. It was deeper. It was compassion. And we've been called to live like Jesus Christ, right? So, dear business owner, where is your sympathetic side? I used to work with someone who showed a total lack of care or sympathy for me and for the other people who were working with him. And it was really bad. He lost a lot of teammates and, friends, co-workers, employees, and all of that. But when we were finally able to sit and thrash things out, of course, I communicated to him that sympathy is really important as a leader. And now, that's by the way, we are fine, we are cool. But as a business owner, you need to sympathize. Being sympathetic makes you human. After all, you are human, right? The people around you will love you, genuinely, because they know that you genuinely care about them. Sympathy actually breeds loyalty among your employees or your customers. So as a business owner, online, offline, whatever, you need to master the ability to sympathize with other people. Number 4, you need to master the ability to work with other people. Let me tell you something. No matter how skilled you are, no matter how great you are, no matter how good results you produce, if you don't learn how to work with others, you're not going to go very far, because we are in the age of collaboration. Think of all the people you will be working with. I've worked with a lot of weird people, actually. There was a project I worked on in 2021, and I was part of the team, and we were supposed to work with this brand strategist. But this brand strategist or anti-brand strategist, so that you don't start to think. This brand strategist person had a lot of good ideas that they wanted to show. But it was difficult to work with me. It was difficult for them to work with other people. And some of the good ideas just went away like that, because this brand strategist person wanted to work on them by themselves. And eventually the project was cancelled because there was no teamwork. There was no... brand strategist was not willing to work with other people. And so we could not carry on. The project was cancelled. Teamwork is the lifeblood of any venture that is going to succeed. And in the age of online business, where you'll be working with brand influencers, and you'll be working with producers, you'll be working with videographers, you'll be working with designers, so many people, you need to be able to work in a team. Last but not the least is you need to master the ability to remain unswayed by other people's successes. One thing I always say is that there is room enough for every other person to thrive. And someone said something to me that so many of us millennials, Gen Zs, we are actually competing with people we are supposed to be collaborating with. because we feel that they've gotten to a level of success where they are where we want to get to, and so this beef just generally comes up, and it is not ideal. It is not going to help anybody. There is room enough for anybody to thrive. If there's someone up there that is doing something that you really love, then you should find a way to attach yourself to them, find a way to work with them, or just leverage on their successes, ride on the wave of their success. And we used to say something in my church that when God blesses your neighbor, it is because it means that God is in your neighborhood. When God is blessing your neighbor, it shows that God is in your neighborhood, and you're probably the next person to be blessed. That's the end of this video. I think I've mentioned 5 points. I hope you loved it. I hope you enjoyed it. In my next video, we'll move to more practical stuff, more online business stuff, more content creation stuff, digital marketing stuff. And yeah, if you've loved this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Also follow me on Instagram at Fisayo Patrick 1. I will see you in the next video.